There we go. All right. Hey, YouTubers, how you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. We're waiting for our Facebook family to get online. And the title of today's is the Hidden Within. Hidden Within. And the story of the mighty oak tree. All right, so Facebook is here. We're going to go ahead and get them popping here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How are you doing today? Welcome to your midday morning motivational mix, lunchtime inspiration, whatever you like to call it. Doesn't matter. The title, all that matters is what's going down. And I just want to wish you guys happy days and hello to you. So let's go ahead and get started right off the bat, right? So we're talking about within, hidden within, right? And so I want you guys to look at a picture here, and I want you to tell me what you see. All right, so I'm still here, I'm just behind the scenes, but I want you to tell me what you see here. Okay, the name of the exact particular object you see is less important as the general broad I guess description of what it is. Okay, so everybody is probably saying that is a tree, and if you said that, you are correct partially. Okay, so remember, the title of this is what's within. So when you look at this picture, let me go ahead and pull it back up here. And I want you to look at it again, though. Let's see here. Okay, so I want you to look at this picture again. And now that you're looking at it this time, I want you to think about the possibilities that this thing has and what it could possibly be. Because the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is massive, right? This is a huge, huge tree. What's hidden within, and the reason that I got this title today, of all titles, is because I was listening to some motivational mixes or motivational videos today, and somebody got on there and they said God does not hide the God did not give us the idea for a table. What God did is He actually gave us the tree and hid the idea for a table within the tree, and gave us the idea of what we could do with this massive tree. So this tree right here is representing a lot more than just a physical thing growing outside. In this tree lies the possibility of somebody's home. It could be a toothpick, it could be a desk, it could be a door, it could be a dresser, it could be a peg, something as small as a peg or cork. It could be so many different things. Sawdust is used for things. Think of all the things that you could utilize. It could be a deck on the back of a house. This tree has all kinds of all kinds of options to be. What it's up to in this particular situation is up to the person who is actually looking at the tree and coming up with the idea of the tree to figure out what they're going to do with the tree. Okay, so the tree has it has infinite number of options. It's up to us to figure out what we're going to do with the tree. God did not hide, or God did not give us a table. He did not give us wooden chairs. He said, I'm going to give you a tree. And in that tree, I'm also going to make sure the tree continuously reproduces itself. It's going to give you oxygen, but at the same time, in that tree lies the ability for you to make a table or a chair. Okay? So you're like, why are you talking about that? Why is that important? I want you to think about you. You are the mighty oak tree. Inside of you, God has placed some infinite number of options and opportunities, infinite number of things you could possibly be, infinite number of things that your life could discover and turn out to be. And as long as you have the creativity and the imagination to go inside of yourself and figure out what exactly you can make from yourself. When somebody decided to first make the boat out of a tree, do you realize how crazy that might have sounded to some people? I'm going to take a tree, I'm going to make something that floats on water. What? Inside of that tree lies every opportunity and option. I think the first airplane was actually made out of trees, or some form of trees. There are so many things in this world that were made out of this essence of a tree. So the question is, if you are the mighty oak tree, and your essence is this of stature, undefined, what can you become? What can you grow up to be? See, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you're only limited by your mind. We put the limitations on ourselves to tell us who and what we can become. We are never told what we are to become. We get to decide that. Now, people may say, hey, you should be this, but you have to accept it to be true reality for you to understand that that's what you will become. Now, yesterday we talked about the fact that thoughts are things, and as you think thoughts, you're gonna produce a life that's very similar in these thoughts, constructive or deconstructive, whatever. So if you are given a whole bunch of ideas of what you should be because of the color of your skin, because of the size that you are, height or short, high or short, whatever, tall or short, whether it be your weight, whether it be your gender, whether it be, you have a disability of some sort, you have been given, people will make judgments on you and tell you what they think you should be. People will make you into their own personal oak tree and create out of you what they believe you should be. But the problem is you don't realize is that you get to decide. Unlike the oak tree, you get to decide what you want to be. Inside of you lies a seed for something great or something destructive. I always say something great because I don't want you focusing on the fact that yes, you could have a destructive, negative life. That could very well happen. But the truth is it can happen very easily. How do I know? Because I've been there. I can tell you that now. So what I need you to realize is that if inside of you is everything you need and you have unlimited, infinite, untapped potential, and the only thing that can kind of change you into being whatever is your mind and what you accept to be true, then what that means is that you always have an option to be anything, even if right now you are defined as something. Just because you become something for the beginning stages of your life to go get a job, and you get a job and you work at your job, just because you work at your job and you are a supervisor doesn't mean you are a supervisor for the rest of your life. At any point in time, inside of you lies something more, and you can change your direction, but you have to go inside of yourself to find your seed and realize what it is that is hiding in your oak tree. What is inside of here that you could cultivate and shake down and sand down and make into and mold, then turn into something amazing. But you got to step inside here. Now, let me tell you right now, inside of yourself, there's some serious craziness in there. Because you're going to have to break down. Remember, I was talking to you one day and I said that in the world, you come out pure, you come out wholesome, you come out as a blank slate, and then all of a sudden people start adding on. Your family adds on, determines who you'll be, values that you'll have, the language you speak. All that is determined by the family throwing theirs on you, their pressure. Then society and friends throw the next one, and then the country, and then the world. All this stuff is pressing down on you to define who you are. So to go inside of yourself, to figure out who you're going to be, that is going to take a lot of chopping. Just like a tree. You can't just take a tree out of the ground and say, okay, here, boom, it's a tree. No, you got to do some work on it. You got to chop that thing down. You got to hammer out some things. You got to sand. You got to saw. You got to cut. You got to trim. You got to do so many different things to this tree to get it to look like a table. You got to do work on yourself to get it to look like a table. And I like to go to this book, and I got a really quick quote from this, and we'll go into the next piece. There is no such thing as something for nothing. We've heard it a million times before, and that's all I want to say, because here's the thing about it. To get that tree, the real oak tree, to get that oak tree into an oak table, the tree must die. Okay, now I'm about to get a little deep for you. I hope you follow me. The tree has to die for us to achieve the necessary components of getting a table, a chair, a boat, a car, not a car, sorry. We'll say a box derby car, okay? Whatever it is made out of wood that we decide in this particular situation that you were having in your mind, a toothpick. A tree has to die. The death has it. Something has to give for you to make something else. So inside of you, you have to be willing to kill the old self. Can you kill your old you? I'm gonna tell you right now, that is not an easy statement. That is not an easy task. Because what happens is you got to go inside and realize that maybe you aren't where you need to be, or you're not where you want to be, and you got to get to work. You have to actually make a judgment call, because one of the reasons why a lot of people don't step up and give themselves more, because they think they're okay right now, and they don't want to actually speak the words and say, maybe I can be better. Or they say, I can be better, and they're just not doing anything about it. You've got to go inside of you, and that pure, unmolded baby that was there, that's being hammered down by all these outside influences. You got to go in there. You got to erase all that, and you've got to make a judgment call about who you're actually going to be, not who your friends want you to be, not who your family wants you to be, not who your spouse wants you to be, not who your girlfriend or boyfriend wants you to be, not who anybody wants you to be except for you. But that's going to take some time, because you don't know what you are. You're looking at an oak tree and all you see is a tree right now. You've got to study to realize what is possible, to see through an oak tree. I see this oak tree here. It's ginormous. Look at the size of it. I'm looking at it right now. Do you see this oak tree in front of you? What can it be for me? Wait a second. Maybe I can make it into a desk. But your friend said it's just there. So you let it go. You've got to be willing to step inside of your zone. Step inside of your heart and your mind. Read the things that are going to change it. Listen to the things that are going to change it, and start to see how much power, how much untapped potential you actually have as being just an oak tree. You are the oak tree. You are every part of the oak tree. The oak tree is you. You are the oak tree. You are inside the oak tree. It is hidden within you, the power of infinite possibilities. But will you see it that way? Now, if you're consistently telling yourself negative things, I promise you'll never see your possibles. You'll always see what they want you to be because you don't want to rock the boat. But I'm telling you right now, when you get to a certain age, rocking the boat is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. Because as you rock the boat, you'll start to shed some of the things that aren't necessarily of you. So get out there, look inside yourself, look inside your heart, your soul, and your mind, and see where you're missing, where you're lacking, because there's no way that we were all born to work at McDonald's. Simple as that, right? We weren't all born to just work, but we were given something to give to the world. And I guarantee it wasn't flipping hamburgers or whatever you do right now. And just keep that in mind. Go inside of here and find what's hidden. Uh-oh, what? Find what's hidden within. Man, it must be hot in my house. Is that I'm preaching up here, whatever. Anyways, that's all I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. You can't give something for nothing. The tree has to die. The old you has to die if you want the new you to survive. Because you can't go, anytime you have something you can go back to, you're always going to go back because default is easy. I don't know if I ever did that video, but default is easy. When things get hard for us, what do? We sit back and default. For example, let me stand up here. So I was told to hold, hold on, let's see if you can see this. Here we go. I was told to hold a squat like this, right? Hold the squat. I'm going to hold the squat. Well, when my legs start burning, I'm going to say, well, you know, my legs are burning. It hurts. I'm not getting, this is not what I want to do because it burns. So what is the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down. Now that was my default position, or I'm going to stand up because that's my default position. Now the cool thing about it is that you know that there is two places that you can go that it makes it easier for you. But the change does not lie in the easy. The change happens in the pain. And that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you being here for Friday. I really do. And remember, I believe and I love in each and every single one of you. Thank you for coming. And we will see you. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll definitely see you on Monday. But stay well, stay blessed. I'm going to go do some charity work right now. We got to feed I think it's 250,000 kids I'm about to go get into. So, like I said, you gotta put yourself out there, ladies and gentlemen. You are infinite, and you have infinite possibilities. And it's impossible for you to be stuck at something you don't want to be, but you have to be willing to make the change yourself. And you got to step up and you got to do the right things that get you what you want. Go inside, find who you really are, and make sure that the other person inside of there is not an option for you to sit down on. You can do it. I believe in you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk to you soon. Have a blessed day. Happy weekend.